Good morning, students. Today we start with lecture 30 of IE and I, that is transducers. What is a transducer? A device which converts one form of energy into another is called a transducer. Transducer act as a pickup device for process parameters to be monitored or measured. Since all physical parameters are not directly measured by electrical or electronic meters, for example, temperature cannot be measured by an electronic meter unless it is picked up and converted into voltage, current, or resistance by a suitable device. Transducer does this job. Of converting temperature into voltage. Thermocouple is a popular transducer used for this purpose. Similarly, we have a range of transducers for almost every type of parameter to be measured safely and accurately for further recording and control. So basic requirements of a transducer are: first is linearity. The output should be linear in any range of input. That means it should vary linearly in the particular range of the input, so that we know that for this much input we get a calculated output. Second is repeatability. The transducer should give same output for same input applied again and again under fixed environmental condition. So the output should not vary with the same type of input. Third is reliability and stability. For any change in environment condition, it should give same output for the given input. Hysteresis. So there should not be any hysteresis between the input and output. Fifth is good dynamic response. For varying inputs, transducer should respond quickly. There should not be any time lag between the output and the input. So it should respond immediately. It should give immediate response, instantaneous response. Sixth, high signal to noise ratio. The ratio of signal to noise ratio should be high. That means noise should be less. Ruggedness. It should be rugged enough and capable of sustaining overloads. Eighth and the last one is no deformation. There should not be any deformation left after the removal of the input signal. Now, next we see the selection of a transducer. Selection of a transducer depends upon the following points. First is range. What range you require the transducer? Amplitude and frequency range of the transducer should be large enough so that it can encompass all amplitudes and frequencies in the input. Second, sensitivity. The sensitivity of transducer should be high. Third is electrical output characteristics of the transducer should match rest of the measuring system. So it should be compatible with the measuring system. Fourth is environmental condition. Transducers should be immune to environmental conditions such as change in temperature, humidity, vibration, and shocks, etc. It should be rugged enough. Okay. Fifth is errors. Errors present should be so small that they can be controlled or ignored. Sixth, accuracy. Accuracy of the transducer should be within the specified range so that input in the specified range can be reliably measured. Now we see the classification of transducers. Now classification is first based on the excitation source. It can be passive transducer or active transducer. On the basis of nature of output, it can be analog or it can be a digital transducer. On the basis of input and output relationship, primary transducer or secondary transducer. And fourth one is inverse transducer. Now we see passive transducer. Passive transducer requires power source for their working. Because they depend upon the power source, they cannot generate power or voltage. So, for example, resistive, capacitive and inductive transducers are passive transducers. As we can see from the circuit here, this is a linear variable resistor. Linear variable resistor which is connected to a DC source, and this wiper is connected to the force, that is the input parameter. According to the force, it will change the position and the output will vary accordingly. So active transducer is one which do not require any power source as they generate electrical output in absence of power source. Such transducers are self-generating transducers. For example, thermocouple, tacho generators, solar cells, etc. Next is analog transducers. So analog transducers generate analogous output which is a continuous function of time. That is, a time varying function is called analog transducer. For example, LVDT, strain gauge, capacitive transducer, thermocouple, etc. Their output is continuous function of time corresponding to any input to them. So this is a continuous function of time with respect to time. Digital transducer. Now next is digital. Digital transducer converts any input quantity into an output which is in the form of discrete pulses like 0 and 1 or low and high respectively, as shown in the figure. So this is low, this is high, low, high, low, high, and so on. So this is called digital output, and the transducer is called digital transducer. Primary transducer. When the input parameter is directly sensed and converted into electrical form by the same transducer, then the transducer is called primary transducer. For example, LVDT for measurement of displacement, where displacement is directly converted into electrical output. Now we see the secondary transducer. Secondary transducer, when the input quantity is sensed by some other sensor or transducer and its output is different from input signal, which is given to the transducer for conversion into a measurable quantity, that is in electrical form, then the transducer is called a secondary transducer. That means we are sensing the parameter with the help of some other sensor and giving the output of the sensor to a secondary transducer, which then converts it into a measurable form of energy. So that type of transducer is called secondary transducer. Inverse transducer. Inverse transducer is one in which the electrical quantity is converted into non-electrical quantity. For example, piezoelectric crystal, where when subjected to an electric field, a mechanical vibrations are produced which is non-electrical quantity. Such a transducer is called inverse transducer. Why inverse? Because we require most of the time electrical quantity to be measured. So here we are getting mechanical output by giving electrical input. So this is called inverse transducer. So that is all in the topic of transducers. In the next lecture, we will see each and every transducer in detail on the basis of the parameters to be measured. Keep watching my lectures and keep sharing my lectures with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.